Hey everyone, Kevin here with a quick update on the next round of stimulus. I'm going to give you an update from the Trump administration and the Senate. Let's go ahead and start with the Trump administration. First things first, there was a little bit of breaking news yesterday evening that the Abbott Labs tests that they use at the Trump White House has a 48% false negative rate, which false negative means if somebody's sick and they get tested, they show up as negative, as in the test says they don't have anything. That's bad, and it's a bad signal for the entire United States because think about this. We're all thinking about, hey, where's our vaccine? That's the end of the road, right? And then we're thinking, okay, well, how about a treatment like remdesivir, but that's only mildly successful. And then, well, what comes before that? Well, if we could test, what can we do? We could travel. We could go into restaurants. We can go onto planes. We can go to cruise ships. Hey, you want to board the plane? Here's your TSA screening. Oh, but first, go over there and get tested. Okay, you're clear, good. That way, only people who pass the test go in. Because remember, the big problem about this is somebody can be sick and not even know it. Like, you can't even blame people for spreading this stuff everywhere. So it's a big problem. Because this is such a big problem, Donald Trump has actually come out and has said, yes, we need a phase 4 stimulus package. This is big because so far all we've had from the Trump administration is, yeah, well, formal negotiations are paused, but we're talking with Democrats and Republicans and maybe we're open to further checks. We know that. We know those talks are going on, but this is good because now we have that clear affirmation. We're going to have a phase 4. Now, obviously, we know that Trump calls the existing Democrats' bill a dead on arrival bill, but that's typical. That's typical negotiation. And as we know, Trump used to be a real estate negotiator and probably still is to some degree. And being a real estate investor myself and teaching you real estate negotiations in those programs down below, yeah, I get it. Like there's a good amount of posturing going on here, but you see the same thing with senators. And in fact, I want to talk specifically about Charles Schumer. Charles Schumer is the guy in the Senate who leads the 47 Democrats and probably also the 2 independents. But you do have Mitch McConnell who leads the 53 Republicans. And usually when we think of the Senate, we're like, oh, it's just Republican controlled. Like unless all the Republicans vote for it, it isn't going to pass. Remember, you only need 51 members of the Senate to pass a bill, which means you only need 4 senators to defect and come over. And here's something very interesting that McConnell said this morning, just a few minutes ago in an interview. He said, and this really shows you how the negotiations play out. He says, look, here's the thing. We know that the Fed and economists say there is going to be permanent lasting damage to the economy if we don't act. Well, there is going to be a lot of pressure mounting on Republicans as soon as we pass the bill in the House. It's going to go over to the Senate, and guess what's going to happen? The negotiation's going to or open up at least. Because what's going to happen? Governors, businesses, people, hospitals are all going to be clamoring for the aid that's in this bill. Is everything in this bill agreeable? No. And Charles Schumer says that. He goes, let's just have a negotiation about what we agree on and what we don't agree on. And this makes a lot of sense because that's kind of like how lawsuits work too, which sounds crazy to bring up lawsuits, but think about it, in a lawsuit, everybody hates each other's guts, and usually one of the first things the judges like to do is they ask each side, okay, well, what do you all agree on and what do y'all disagree on? So we can cut through the noise. Like if you're all good with the extra stimulus checks, say that. If you're not good with money for prisons and food stamps and the cannabis industry, say that. And then let's separate that and let's negotiate over that. I wouldn't be surprised if the Democrats put some of those things in there, knowing it would piss off the Republicans, and let the Republicans sort of rally to their constituents and say, we're going to get that cut out. And then get that cut out. Great, now we can pass something quickly and expeditiously. So it's interesting posturing that's happening, but there are 2 other quick things that I wanted to mention that Charles Schumer brings up. That's really, I'll just bundle it into one thing here. The big thing he mentions is, look at Georgia, and I know this is coming from a Democrat, but Georgia has been open for 2.5 weeks, and only 6% of people are showing up at stores and malls. That is a big problem, and that's not what we're expecting here. We're thinking, oh, it's time to reopen. Let's have a soft opening, and we're gonna see 70% of people going out shopping again. I mean, I kind of get it. Like, I'm not going out. Well, mostly because Lauren tells me she's going to kill me if I get her sick because she has asthma. We both did get that life insurance in the link down below, though. That's a really good one. But anyway, yeah, this is really interesting. I think this is a very good update from both sides that, the Democrats Democrats are open to negotiating. Big takeaway here. That's good. We don't want the Democrats putting this bill out and going, it's this or nothing. Because then it isn't going to happen, right? You got to have flex on each side. We know that Mitch McConnell knows, yeah, we got this tough election coming up. So we know there's some flex on that side. And we also have now confirmed that the Trump administration has some flex. By the way, on May 31st, I'm thinking about doing a sort of net worth reveal party, and mostly not to like pat myself on the back or whatever. I just want all of you who watch me and support the channel, and all of you who are course members, to be able to kind of see how I had $0 at 18. $3,000 at 19, and kind of how my net worth grew and the story behind what I did every single year. Now, maybe what I did was compressed because I did very well as a real estate agent and still do, helping people renovate their houses, but I want to show you a path. And I think that'll be really insightful. So I don't know, let me know in the comments. Is that something you'd care about? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Get your free stocks with Webull in the link below. Get your life insurance, and we'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.